Hi, this is Stephanie Rosales, and this is my Module 3 discussion-based assessment. Before I present, I just wanted to apologize for how untimely this is. I'm doing this a little last minute, so yeah, I just needed to say that. And to begin, I think that resizing columns and formatting do help make data on spreadsheets easier to read. While researching, I also found that removing the cell borders can removing the cell borders is also something that can really help just make it easier to read. I think I found that same fact on at least three different websites. So if I found it interesting that so many people agree with that, and it's true that removing them can make it look more professional, easier to read, and just simpler. And then something that I like doing whenever I make spreadsheets is color coding. I like in my head it's easier for me to process something with colors, and I think you can definitely overdo it, but if you use just the right amount of colors in spreadsheets, it makes it easier. uh yeah, I also found that fact on a website, and I couldn't agree with it more. And then a tip I found was simpler fonts are better. I feel like this one is sort of a given, but it's very true. If you have hard fonts that or yeah, hard fonts to read, and then you have it all in a spreadsheet, for someone who isn't used to seeing or and reading data off of spreadsheets, it can make it way harder and way more difficult for them to process what they're trying to read if they can't even understand what the words are trying to say. And then I found that if although this is also a given, just making certain things bold or certain things just different sizes also helps. Like if you have titles or subheadings, make those bold, which will help people who are just trying to learn what how spreadsheets work and stuff. And then a second tip I found was having more space is better than having no space. Having a spreadsheet that isn't spaced out properly makes the information look crammed and hard to read. So having that ability to just having that ability to have everything spaced out is definitely something you should take advantage of. I think if you have all your information crammed up in a little spreadsheet, it makes it hard. I'm one of those people that struggles with little words and them being all crammed up together, especially with because you're going to mix in numbers and symbols. So it's just going to make it really hard and confusing to read. So having it spaced out and like having it spaced out makes it look a lot less crammed and easier to read. I know a lot of people that struggle with that, not just including myself. So yeah, I find that having more space, or I found online that having more space is definitely better than no space. And that's my Module 3 discussion based assessment.